पार्वती नंदन भव भय भंजन पार्वती नंदन भव भय भंजन युग युग वंदन जय श्री गणेश युग युग वंदन जय श्री गणेश गणनाथा गजवदना गणनाथा शिव कन्हैया गणयाता गजवदना गणनाथा शिव कन्हैया.
जय विघ्नेश्वर जय 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 लंबोदर जय 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 गणनायक जय सुखदायक जय जय गणेश जय 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 विघ्नेश्वर जय 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 लंबोदर जय 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 गणनायक जय सुखदायक जय जय गणेश जय 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 शारदा जय 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 वरदायिनी जय 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 शारदा जय 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 वरदायिनी जय 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 हंस वाहिनी बुद्धिदाहिनी जय सरस्वती जय 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 विघ्नेश्वर जय 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 लंबोदर जय 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 गणनायक जय सुखदायक जय जय गणेश जय 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 शक्ति माँ जय 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 ज्योतिर्मा जय 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 शक्ति माँ जय 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 ज्योतिर्मा जय 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 पाप नाशिनी मुक्तिदाहिनी जय दुर्गे जय 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 विघ्नेश्वर जय 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 लंबोदर जय 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 गणनायक जय सुखदायक जय जय गणेश जय 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 पवन पुत्र जय 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 रामदूत जय 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 पवन पुत्र जय 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 रामदूत जय 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 शक्तिमान बजरंग मान जय हनुमान जय 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 विघ्नेश्वर जय 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 लंबोदर जय 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 गणनायक जय सुखदायक जय जय गणेश जय 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 उमाकांत जय जय कैलाशपति जय 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 उमाकांत जय जय कैलाशपति जय 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 महाकाल लोचन विशाल जय शिव शंकर जय 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 महाकाल लोचन विशाल जय शिव शंकर जय 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 विघ्नेश्वर जय 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 लंबोदर जय 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 गणनायक जय सुखदायक जय जय गणेश जय 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 श्री साई जय 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 पुत्र श्री साई जय 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 प्रेम साय जय सत्य साय जय गुरुदेव जय 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 विघ्नेश्वर जय 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 लंबोदर जय 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 गणनायक जय सुखदायक जय जय गणेश जय 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 गणेश जय 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 गणेश जय जय.
At this point, devotees, we'll have the performance of Ganesh Puja. So if you have your murtis, your Ganesh Tirth murtis. You can come forward to the Bedi. Panidatma will do a simple invocation there. You'll perform simple Ganesh Puja. And then you'll take those murtis back with you home to worship during the Ganesh Utsav period. Okay, so first Auntie Vindra will do her puja. We have one. Well, that's all right. They will fall apart eventually at some point. Just stick it back together for now. You put some water and, keep it together as best as you could. So Auntie Vindra will perform her puja, and then whoever else you have your murtis here, you could come forward to the Bedi and Panidatma will perform puja for you.
जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय। जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय। जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय। गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी, गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी, गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी, गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी। जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय। लंबोदर पीतांबर सोहे, हरिमणि मुकुट नयन रत्नारी। लंबोदर पीतांबर सोहे, हरिमणि मुकुट नयन रत्नारी। गजमणि माल गले ब्रज सोहे, गजमणि माल गले ब्रज सोहे। भाल लाल में चंद्रकला है, गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी, गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी, गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी, गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी। जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय। मोदक लेत देत जननी जब, ठुमक चमक मोर झलकारी। मोदक लेत देत जननी जब, ठुमक चमक मोर झलकारी। रिधि सीधी दो चमर दुलावत, रिधि सीधी दो चमर दुलावत। सुर समोहक की होठ सुखावत, वे गणपति विघ्न विनाशनहारे गणपति विघ्न विनाशनहारे गणपति विघ्न विनाशनहारे गणपति विघ्न विनाशनहारे जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणेश जय गणपति जय जय।
Nani, sing a bhajan. Anybody else want to sing? The microphone is there while you're doing puja. Go big. Pariti Parimurti and go there. You're doing puja too?
मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम। लोचन मन में जगे न हो तो, लोचन मन में जगे न हो तो, जुगल चरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम। जीवन दे के चाल बिछाया, रच के माया नाचन छाया, जीवन दे के जाल बिछाया, रच के माया नाचन छाया। चिंता मेरे तभी मिटेंगी, चिंता मेरी तभी मिटेंगी, जब चिंतन में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम। तूने लाखों पापी तारे, मेरे बारी बाजी हारे, बाजी हारे, मेरे पास ना पुनिया के पूंजी, मेरे पास ना पुनिया के पूंजी, पद पूजन में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम। राम हे राम, राम हे राम, घर घर अटको, धर धर बटको, कहाँ कहाँ अपना सरपट को, इस जीवन में मिलो न तुम हो राम, हे राम, इस जीवन में मिलो न तुम हो मुझे मरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम।
This I sing every day home. So who understand Hindi, they will know. पधारो 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 गजानन जी मेरे घर में पधारो, पधारो पधारो गजानन जी मेरे घर में पधारो, पधारो 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 गजानन जी मेरे घर में पधारो। राम जी आना लक्ष्मण जी आना, राम जी आना लक्ष्मण जी आना, संग में लाना सीता मैया मेरे घर में पधारो, पधारो पधारो गजानन जी मेरे घर में पधारो। ब्रह्मा जी आना विष्णु जी आना, ब्रह्मा जी आना विष्णु जी आना, भोले शंकर जी ले आना मेरे घर में पधारो, पधारो पधारो गजानन जी मेरे घर में पधारो। लक्ष्मी जी आना गौरी जी आना, लक्ष्मी जी आना गौरी जी आना, सरस्वती मैया ले आना मेरे घर में पधारो, पधारो पधारो गजानन जी मेरे घर में पधारो। विघ्नों को हरना मंगल करना, विघ्नों को हरना मंगल करना, कारज शुभ कर जाना मेरे घर में पधारो, पधारो पधारो गजानन जी मेरे घर में पधारो, पधारो पधारो गजानन जी मेरे घर में पधारो, पधारो पधारो गजानन जी मेरे घर में पधारो।
हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए, हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए, ज्ञान हमको दीजिए प्रभु ज्ञान हमको दीजिए, ज्ञान हमको दीजिए प्रभु ज्ञान हमको दीजिए, हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए, हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए, शीघ्र सारी दुर्गुणों को दूर हमसे कीजिए, शीघ्र सारे दुर्गुणों को दूर हमसे कीजिए, लीजिए हमको शरण में हम सदाचार शरण में हम सदाचारी बने। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको लीजिए। लीजिए हमको शरण में हम सदाचारी बने। लीजिए हमको शरण में हम सदाचारी बने। ब्रह्मचारी धर्म रक्षक वीर व्रतदानी बने। ब्रह्मचारी धर्म रक्षक वीर व्रतदानी बने। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए। ज्ञान हमको दीजिए। ज्ञान हमको दीजिए।
Panidatma, that is it. Where is? At this point, devotees, our puja has been completed. So what we will do, first we will perform mantra jap. We get ourselves ready, sit up straight, take a deep breath in, out slowly, again in, out slowly, one more time, in, out slowly. We are going to perform mantra jap. Om Gang Ganapatiye Namaha Swaha 11 times. Harihi Om Tat Sat, Harihi Om Tat Sat, Harihi Om Tat Sat. Om Gang Ganapatiye Namaha Swaha. Mrityunjay mantra 5 times. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukam Iva Bandhanan Mrityur Mukshiyamamritat. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha.
Om
Offer some Google and sugar. Om Ganganapatiye Namaha Swaha. Offer some again. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Pass water on the fire 3 times. Om Sarva Papaharang Divyam Gangyam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanang Jamaya Dattam Grihitam Purushotamaha Achmanyam Samarpayami. Srikindevaya Namo Namaha. We'll spend a few moments glorifying Gajanan Swami devotees. Vinayaka, Vinayaka, Vishwadhara Vinayaka, Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vishwadhara Vinayaka,
Vishwadhara Vinayaka,
Vishwadhara Vinayaka,
Vishwadhara Vinayaka,
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Siddhi Vinayak Bhav Bhayhara,
Siddhi Vinayak Bhav Bhayhara,
Siddhi Vinayak Bhav Bhayhara,
Siddhi Vinayak Bhav Bhayhara,
Suramuni Vandit Sri Ganesha, Suramuni Vandit Sri Ganesha, Vishwadhara Vinayaka,
Vishwadhara Vinayaka,
Vishwadhara Vinayaka,
Vishwadhara Vinayaka,
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vishwadhara Vinayaka,
Vishwadhara Vinayaka,
Vishwadhara Vinayaka,
Vishwadhara Vinayaka,
O Vinayaka, 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 Vinayaka. Sri Ganesh, Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Guru Ganesh, Namo Namo. Om Sri Ganesh, Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Guru Ganesh, Namo Namo.
Om Sri Ganesh, Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Guru Ganesh, Namo Namo.
Om Sri Ganesh, Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Guru Ganesh, Namo Namo.
Om Sri Ganesh, Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Guru Ganesh, Namo Namo.
Ganapati Parvati Sutalambodar,
Ganapati Parvati Sutalambodar,
Ganapati Parvati Sutalambodar,
Ganapati Parvati Sutalambodar.
Jai Guru Ganesh, Namo Namo.
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 Om Sri Ganesh, Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Guru Ganesh, Namo Namo.
Om Sri Ganesh, Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Guru Ganesh, Namo Namo.
Vignaraja Ekadant Ganesh, Vignaraja Ekadant Ganesh, Jai Guru Ganesh, Namo Namo. Jai Guru Ganesh, Namo Namo. Om Sri Ganesh, Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Guru Ganesh, Namo Namo.
Om Sri Ganesh, Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Guru Ganesh, Namo Namo.
ज्ञान देवता सिद्धि विनायक,
ज्ञान देवता सिद्धि विनायक,
ज्ञान देवता सिद्धि विनायक,
ज्ञान देवता सिद्धि विनायक.
जय गुरु गणेश, नमो नमो.
जय गुरु गणेश, नमो नमो.
ओम श्री गणेश, जय श्री गणेश, जय गुरु गणेश, नमो नमो.
ओम श्री गणेश, जय श्री गणेश, जय गुरु गणेश, नमो नमो.
ओम श्री गणेश, जय श्री गणेश, जय गुरु गणेश, नमो नमो. ओम श्री गणेश, जय श्री गणेश, जय गुरु गणेश, नमो नमो. जय गुरु गणेश, नमो नमो. जय गुरु गणेश, नमो नमो. बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय. Devotees, this morning I will just remind everyone of the story behind the appearance of Sri Ganesh, and then importantly look at the relevance of that, the importance of that to each one of us. Now, we know that coming Tuesday is Ganesh Jayanti. Unfortunately, Panitatma and I are both occupied that evening, so we wouldn't be able to come. However, the temple will be open, right, Antivendra? So the temple will be open. We'll have Ganesh Puja going on every day during the Ganesh Utsav period, the murti that we have in the temple. So nothing is wrong. We just started a little bit earlier from today. So we've blessed the individual murtis. You'll all take that home, perform your individual puja, and we'll have our Ganesh Visarjan following Saturday. Now, as the story goes, devotees, you know, we have various Puranas, various pathways, and that Supreme Spirit is manifested and identified with in a particular form, with a particular function, and there are stories that go with it. Okay? Now, these stories, of course, appeal to our mind because the human brain, the human mind is wired for story. I could sit here and throw facts at you and you'll be very bored. Some of you might sleep away if you're not sleeping already. But the stories serve two functions. One, they are interesting. They engross your mind. Whether you're a child or an adult, we all love the stories, and they're easy to remember. And secondly, because they're relatively easy to remember, we tend to remember episodes. We can use those stories to remind us of deeper principles. Okay? So this is why we have these stories. I'm not saying these stories are bad, but I'm saying, as with everything in this world, it has its use. So we listen to this story, it helps us remember, and then we use the story as a launching point to take us further, to take us deeper into the principles that we have to apply to realize our true nature. Now this story, the one of the appearance of Ganesh, we all know it. So I'll quickly remind you. It is said that once Parvati Devi, she was all alone, you know. Bhagwan Shankar was away doing his tapasya. He was never around. And she was left alone for the most part. And she felt the need for some company. So what she did, she took some dirt from her body. I'm not saying Parvati Devi was dirty, right? And she didn't bathe or anything. You know, as the story goes, she took an element of herself. This is how we need to think about these things. She took a part of herself, as mothers do, and she created this child, a little child. And she breathed life into that child. That child came alive. And she told this child, "Oh child, you are mine. And I want you to remain with me, stay with me, and protect me wherever I am." And so said, so done. This child was with her at all times and kept her company. So she grew, of course, very close to her child. We are all close to our children. Well, most of us. Circumstances dependent. Okay? So she had this child with her, and one day she decided to go and have a bath. You know, let's say she had a nice cave, a wonderful cave, because Kailash Parbat in the mountain, right? She didn't have a spa. Well, at least not that I know of. So she had a nice cave there. She was going to take a bath inside. And she told this little child, "I want you to stand guard outside here and do not let anyone in." Now remember, Bhagwan Shankar wasn't there. He wasn't around. So this child wasn't aware that there was someone else in the picture. As far as he was aware, it was just Parvati Devi, his mother. So she went in to have her bath and he stood guard there. Of course, devotees, as things go, at that very moment, Bhagwan Shankar returned to the cave. So he came there, and as he approached the entrance to his cave, his home, there he saw a little boy guarding the entrance. He was very surprised. Imagine you were to return home and see some strange individual there guarding the front of your house. How you would feel? So Bhagwan Shankar said, very strange, but let me go and see what's going on. So he approached this little boy and asked him, who are you? Important question. Who are you? So this boy said, I am the son of Parvati Devi. Bhagwan Shankar said, what? Really? Now he wasn't like some modern day men where maybe you could be my son, I don't know. Because you have children all over, people know they don't know anything. But he knew. He said, no, as far as I know, I don't have any child. So, after discussing with this boy, Bhagwan Shankar said, listen, this is my home, my cave. Move aside. Let me go inside. I want to enter. This child said, no, I am not going to let you pass. So Bhagwan Shankar now starting to become a little bit irritated. He said to this little boy, move aside. I want to enter. This is my home. Boy said, no, I have a duty to perform. It is my duty to stand here. My mother told me, do not let anyone enter. Therefore, you shall not pass. Right? Well, Bhagwan Shankar, devotees, men, this, only up to a certain point you could take things. After this boy refused to move, Bhagwan Shankar became angry. And which weapon does he have with him? Trishul. He took that Trishul and he beheaded that boy. Because the boy was refusing to let him in. So that boy, he treated him like an enemy. He cut off his head, and there, on the ground, the head rolled one side, the body dropped one side. That was the end of that. Bhagwan Shankar finished that job and he entered. He went inside. When he went in, Parvati Devi was of course surprised to see him. She said, Lord, you are here? And then it struck her, but I left this boy outside the guard. So she said, how did you enter? Bhagwan Shankar said, no, I'm putting words in Bhagwan Shankar's mouth, right? He said, how you mean, how did I enter? It's my house. I came in. She said, but wasn't there someone on guard? He said, yes, but don't worry. I took care of that little upstart. And I came inside. Parvati Devi began to cry. What have you done? What have you done? That is my child, my own creation. And you've destroyed that child? I gave him a duty to perform. And look what you did. She was very upset, devotees, and inconsolable, crying non-stop. And then she said to Bhagwan Shankar, Lord, you must bring him back to life. She knew the power of Bhagwan Shankar, of course. She said, you must bring him back to life. I cannot deal with this situation as it is. I need him with me. And so, devotees, Bhagwan Shankar, seeing the distress in Parvati Devi's eyes, no reasonable man would like to see his wife crying, the mother of his children upset, unhappy. He said, okay, my dear, I will fulfill your wish. And so what he did, Bhagwan Shankar, he has his gunners, You know what Gana is? You remember the name is Ganesh. Gana. What's Gana? Shiva Gana. The followers, right? These weird characters that Bhagwan Shankar has with him, that follow him around. A bunch of weird characters, alright? But all devoted to Bhagwan Shankar. All of this has deep meaning, but we wouldn't touch that today. We're keeping it simple. So he sent his followers, he told them, I want you to go. And I want you to go forth, and the first animal that you come across with its head lying facing the northern direction, I want you to cut off its head and bring it back for me. And so saying, the devotees bowed before Bhagwan Shankar, and they went off, a rowdy little bunch. And the first animal they came upon lying sleeping with its head facing north was a elephant. So what they did, they cut off that elephant head and they brought it back. And Bhagwan Shankar devotees joined that elephant head to the body of this child, fused it together into one, and that entity came back to life. He gave that child a stick, done the stick, and said, you shall be called Ganesh. Gana means followers, the little army of Lord Shiva. And Isha means Lord. So Ganesh, Lord of the Ganas of Lord Shiva. You will be foremost among them. You will be worshipped first. All blessings to you because you are my son. You are my child. And so devotees, Bhagwan Shankar and Parvati Devi accepted this Ganesh as fully now their child. All parties in the know. And from that day forth, he became known as Ganesh, the one who is worshipped first, the leader of the Ganas, the one who removes obstacle. And as we sang Jai Guru Ganesh, Ganesh the Guru, the teacher. And I'll explain why this is in a bit. So here we have the story. Wonderful, nice story. Children like to listen to it. We hear it. We've heard it so many times. And we reflect upon it. Excellent. Now, what does this story mean? What does it really have to do with me? Now, right here in my life. What is it about? Now, devotees, as I've been saying over and over again, all of these stories are directly applicable to us. It is a story of our lives, our experience, the journey that we have to take. Do you all agree with me? You buy into that? Okay. Some people may say, look, I don't have time for that. I think Ganesh is there somewhere in the sky. I pray to that Ganesh, he will come and remove my trouble, and I can't see beyond that. If that is what you believe, no problem, devotees. You do that, you continue on. Different pathways for different people. Some people, that is all they could see and they want to believe. You go ahead, you continue with that on your path. It will work out for you eventually. It will work out for everybody eventually. Others who have a different approach, maybe you want something more, you want some direct practice from this, well, there are lessons for you. So this story of Ganesh is the story of each one of us. What is it? Well, let me put it to you briefly. We all find ourselves in this world. Not so? At some point you became aware of being here, and you became aware of having a parent, or parents, or maybe no parents. But at least you know that you were here. Not so, as a little child? So we find ourselves in this world. And, you know, as demonstrated by Parvati Devi, we want something. We mightn't know what it is, but we do want something. We feel this desire in us either for company, or for accomplishment, for love, for companionship. We all have these desires, thinking that if we get it, it's going to really make us happy forever. Once we get this thing, we are set. We are set for life. So once I have my husband, I'm set for life. Best thing. No more worries. Or once I have a child, that's it. I have everything I need. That child is going to behave the way I want. That child is going to love me the way I want. That child is going to be there forever for me. This is how we think. Now, is that reasonable? No, but somehow or the other, we end up thinking this way. And so, devotees, what happens is that as we live life, we realize that, hold on, but look around. Things change constantly. Constantly. There is nothing that we could hold on to. We are not in control of anything, no matter how hard we try. Not so? So you must have heard, devotees, Pandit Atma and I, we lost our cousin, young boy, 19 years old, Kavish. Brilliant child. He went to school with my daughter Vaishnavi at Gandhi Memorial. The two of them together for a long time, very close up to now. She's not here. She went back to Trinidad for the funeral. Why? Why? Now, it's the human mind. We want to know why. But whether you know why or not, could it change the circumstance? We've all experienced death, loss. Not so, Nani? Young, old. You have things, all right, if something break, you could probably deal with that. Your car break down, a tree fall on the roof of your house, all right. But when we have the loss of people, it's a shock. We can't believe it. As I said, the rug is pulled out from under us. We can't believe. Why, devotees? Why we can't believe? You know why? Because we seem to think in our ignorance that this life, this body, what we have, these relationships, they're going to go on forever. Happily ever after? That is only in Disney movies. It doesn't have any happily ever after in this world. How many of you here have lost someone close to you? Parent, uncle, brother, God forbid, child. One of the worst things is to lose a child. Not so? I can't even comment on how you feel. I haven't lost any of my children. How you don't recover, devotees. You never recover from these things. So, just like the Buddha did, you look around you and what do you see? Sarvam eva dukkham vivekinaha. This world, devotees, everything is dukkha. Dukkha means suffering, pain. I'm not saying you can't get little moments of joy, you know. We all think about the beginning. You have a baby, wonderful, you celebrate, beautiful. But nobody thinks that it comes with an end. It always comes with an end. And so as you prepare to celebrate always the beginning, keep in mind the end. Every relationship is broken. Everything that you have is broken. So should we just be depressed about this? This Pandit is a depressing kind of man. Coming every time and saying, dukkha, the death, destruction. Why? Why? Well, devotees, you see old age, death, poverty, suffering. There is nothing you could do about it. And you know what? People feel, this is a big misconception. You come to the temple and you pray. You're a spiritual person, live a spiritual life. Do you think, devotees, that means that nothing bad will happen to you? So people come to temple looking for a warranty. You want a 5-year warranty. You want a lifelong warranty. God, I come and I praying, nothing must happen to me. Well, the bad news is, devotees, absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Look at the great saints over time. Every man Jack suffered. Sri Ramakrishna, throat cancer at the end. All the great devotees. Not so? Jesus Christ on the cross. Look at how they end up. The greatest individuals suffer so much, suffer towards the end. Who are we? But yet still, foolishly we think, we come, God, I give you some flowers, I spray some essence, and my life fix. That make any sense? So then you're probably asking, all right, Panitumesh, buy into that. All right, it making sense. Anything could happen to anybody, anytime. So then what is the point? What is the point? Why? So you see, devotees, Parvati had Ganesh, create the child, have him there, Bhagwan Shankar come, one Trishul, pass him out. What does this represent? It's like in life, devotees, when these things happen to us, it takes our head off. Shock, disbelief. You don't understand because all of this time you are living in what we say is Maya, delusion. The feeling that this thing is real, that this is going to last, that this is going to bring me happiness. So what happens inevitably to all of us? Something happens in life and it cuts off our head. Bhagwan Shankar cuts off our head. We don't have a choice, all of us. And as I said, me too is not nothing to happen to the Pandit. Nothing happened to the Pandit. All you see? From Pandit, come right down. It doesn't matter who. Everybody in the same boat, suffering left, right, and center. But yet still, we carry on trying. Like, you ever take an orange? All of us eat orange, right? You squeeze the orange and you get some nice juice. But after a certain while, when you squeeze the orange, you don't get no more juice. You squeeze and you squeeze, no matter how, you just suck in the skin just so you get it nothing again, bitter. That is how the world is. You get a little nice taste, but then the orange dry up. Or like sugar cane. That's why we offer these things, devotees. They have deep meaning. Why do you think we give sugar cane to Lord Shiva? Because Lord Shiva likes sugar cane? That is such a ridiculous explanation. Because of what it represents. We all know sugar cane. You bite a sugar cane, right? When you bite it the first time, what you get? Sweet juice. You bite it the second time, you get sweet juice, but a little less. You bite it the third time, what you get? A little less. Till you keep biting, your teeth get bad, you bite, what you get? Nothing. You get a bad taste in your mouth and you spit it out. So when we offer that to Bhagwan Shankar, we say, this is what the world is like. This is how we find ourselves. Like sugar cane is a false temporary kind of sweetness. So Bhagwan Shankar, devotees, cut off the head of Ganesh. Alright. So now the head is cut off. What does that mean? It means, devotees, that all of us, we are all ignorant of something. Now, is it that this is what life is? We're just born to die? Is this who we are? Are we born to suffer? Is this the human condition? Is this who I am? If my husband dies, it is the end of me. It is the end of the relationship. If my child dies, it is the end of me. Is it the end of world? Is it the end of existence? What is it? To what end, devotees? To what end? Our sages say, scriptures say, no. If no, then what? So here now, devotees, we come to the philosophy of Sanatan Dharma, the truth. Sat Chit Anand. What is the truth? The truth is, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. What does that mean? So now, I want you to follow me very carefully. What is the meaning of mithya? Anyone knows? I said Jagat Mithya. Jagat is world. Mithya means false. False. Untrue. Mithya. So what do we mean by this world is false? What it means, devotees, it is here, you're experiencing the world, yes. But at the same time, does it last? So false here means temporary. It is like an appearance. It is like a mirage. How so? A mirage in what? Brahma Satyam. The truth is, devotees, that at the ground of existence, the ground of being, everywhere, right here, right now, there is consciousness. What I would call pure awareness, existence, being. It is the material cause of everything. I don't have time to explain the details of Vedanta. I'm just giving to you briefly the philosophy. What is the cause of everything that we see? The material cause is not a physical thing. It is spirit. It is Brahman. it is Atman. Same thing. It is spirit. Existence, pure existence. In that pure existence that exists everywhere, that is what people term to be God, or at least what we term to be God. In it appears all of these different forms. The universe, you, me, things, all of these things. Okay? And all of these things that appear, they don't have any lasting existence state. It's like borrowed existence from that one truth. So it appears and it disappears. Now you might say, all right, Panitumesh, make this clear for me. I don't understand. Analogy. You have a ring made of gold. Okay? That ring has a name, ring. It has a function to put it on, look nice. Right? But what is it made of? Gold. So, is there something really called ring? Or is it gold in that form? It is gold. Okay? Because I can melt that ring down and make it into a bracelet. What is the material of the bracelet? Gold. But it's no longer a ring, is it? What is it? Bracelet. So the material cause is gold. Now, can you say that the ring is made of gold or the gold is made of ring? The ring is made of gold. Now, take the analogy and make it directly relevant to you. Who are you? Me. This universe. What are we made of? Is this Umesh? That is saying like gold is made of Umesh. Spirit is made of Umesh. No. What it is really is that Umesh, at my deepest core, is made of what? Brahman, spirit. That supreme self. We say self. Atman. Atman and Brahman is the same thing, except Atman just means that self localized in you. So, Abhinav is there looking at me. He has the experience of being Abhinav looking at me. I don't have the experience of Abhinav looking at me. But the self inside of Abhinav is the same as the self inside of me, just the pure awareness, that witness, that sakshi, the ground of being, as we say. I'm trying to explain to you the difference. So, you know what our scriptures say? This world, as it is right now, right here, right now, is like going to the cinema to watch a movie. You go to watch Shah Rukh Khan jumping around, right, with his Stargirl, doing all kind of action, and then there's a big fire. And then he grabbed the Stargate and jump out of the fire. Now let me ask you this. From the movie point of view, it had a fire. Shah Rukh Khan jumped out of the fire and then the fire was out. What is the movie projected on? When there was a fire on the screen, was the screen burnt? What happened to the screen? Nothing. Fire, explosion, bomb, whatever plays on the movie, devotees, anything happens to the screen? Okay. So too, this world is like the movie playing out on the screen, except in 3D. Or whatever D you want to call it, right? How many dimensions? What is the screen? You. But not the you that you think here, This you mustn't mistake the you I'm talking about. There's Chidabhasa, which is the reflection of that consciousness in you. You feel like you, but that is not the truth. The truth is Brahman, that one existence, that is the screen, pure existence. The reflection in each person, that is the individual, the sense of individuality, which isn't real. It isn't lasting. It comes and goes. When you go to sleep and in deep sleep, you have no awareness of that. It comes and goes, devotees. Your direct experience. So, the screen, devotees, is what you are. Tat Tvam Asi. You are that. Not you, lil you, but your true nature, you are that. But you see, you don't realize. So once I think I am Umesh, I have a child, that child leave me and go, I suffer. The little me, the little I. But is that who I am in reality? By taking the Trishul devotees, Bhagwan Shankar, Trishul, he takes his Trishul and cuts off the head. He's saying, cut off this nonsensical idea that we have of ourselves. And instead, do what? Take an elephant head and put it on. So what does the elephant symbolize? Ganesh, that form Ganesh symbolizes Tattvamasi. You know, the you. Who's the you? That is the human body part. Right? So you and that, Tat, that supreme consciousness that is everywhere, right here, right now, the ground of being, Turiya, the fourth state, represented by the elephant head. It is joined to the body at all times. So the big mistake people think is, I will find God when I'm dead. I will find God at some point in the future. I will put plenty chandan and God will come over there. Vedanta says, no. That supreme is here right now. Right here, right now. But, like a river, you know, you go by the river and you watch down the bottom. You can't see the bottom because a lot of things float in there. Your mind. What's in your mind, your thoughts. If that is allowed to clear and settle, right there, shining forth at all times, that supreme self, that divinity. So by cutting off the head of Ganesh devotees, Bhagwan Shankar is indicating here, listen, you are not who you think you are. This life, this limited individual is going to come to an end at some point. It's not going to make you happy. So why waste time? Now I could say all of this, and due to your own karmas, devotees, people still going to carry on, run about, go and find out what this one thing, what that one thing, go and try to make money, go and try to end a war, go and try to take over government, all kind of things going to happen. The world goes on, devotees, but the trick in this entire thing is to have two levels of vision. So now let me come, there are a lot of things I could say about it, but I'm trying to wrap it up quickly. So let me come to the point. Pandit Umesh, what's your point? This is my point. Do you want to be free? Or do you want to remain a little suffering individual forever? What do you want? And don't tell me, yeah, I want to be free, because I know you're lying. I myself know lying to myself. You have to be truthful. We're very good at fooling ourselves, you know. You think you want something, but yeah, I want that. Ask yourself, what do I really want? And it's okay. If you want something still, it's fine. But look at it, devotees. Look at it. So now I'm coming to the point. You see the worship of Ganesh? People feel that you worship Ganesh and he's going to remove your problems. Try this out. When you have problem and you worship Ganesh, I find you get more problem. But then they start to go away. You know why? So this is what changes. As I said at the beginning, you could stop anything from happening to anybody. You could change the world. Who do you change, devotees? What do you change? Yourself, your own perception. So this is what we mean by Guru Ganesh. The problem's still going to come, but now you are equipped to deal with it. How? Because of what Ganesh represents. And now we come to the key matter here. Ganesh represents the quality of Viveka. Vivek. Vivek means discrimination, or in simple language, right vision. What is right vision? Right vision is what I just said, the ability to tell the real from the unreal, the permanent from the impermanent, Sat from Asat, the truth from the not truth. That is the only way, you know. That is the only way. So imagine today you pray, Ganesh Baba, my car shutting down, help me fix it. Let me say the car fix. You think your car won't shut down again? Shut down again. There is no end to it, devotees. Don't you see that? There is no end to it. It keeps on. This is the world. Samsara. This is the nature of the world. You might say, Pandit Umesh, but why is the world like this? Don't ask me. I don't know. Nobody knows. We have all sort of answers. It's the Leela, the play of the God, of God. It's karma, it's this and that. But when you really look at all of them, devotees, no answer could satisfy you. Till the day you realize who you truly are and the questions disappear, you will never be satisfied with a logical, mental answer. So here we find ourselves again, Vivek. This Pandit, I'm not going to tell you, pray to God and everything will go right. It won't. But pray to God and you will be alright. Yes. Now we on to something. Now we're on to something. So, let me wrap up now with this key insight here. Everybody should try to remember this. In Sanatan Dharma, in Vedant, we have what is called the sadhana chautushtaya, which means the 4 elements of practice, what we need to build within ourselves. They're represented by the family of Lord Shiva. Bhagwan Shankar, Devi Mata, Ganesh Baba, and you all know Swami Kartikeya. He has how many faces? 6. 6. So I'm giving you the trick to remember. You see, the philosophy people can't, if I give you a list of things, you can't remember that. But remember Lord Shiva and his family. So, Bhagwan Shankar, Devi Mata, Ganesh Baba, and Swami Kartikeya with 6 faces. There are 4 of these qualities that we need to build in order to have that right vision, to see correctly, to know who we are, to move beyond this world. What are they? The first is Vivek, Ganesh. That is why we're worshipping Ganesh during this period. So that you're going to develop this discriminative ability to tell what I should focus on and what I shouldn't. What I should let bother me and what I shouldn't. So Auntie Vindra, you see, people probably ask why we make the Ganesh Murti out of dirt and bring it to worship it. Auntie Vindra say, look, the Murti falling apart. Exactly. That is what we want to see. Let the Murti fall apart. What you learn from that? You build the Murti how nice you want. You take how much time you want. Murti hand go fall off. Piece of the Murti go break. What that mean, devotees? That is life. That is you. You are making a small model of what your life is. What life is like. And at the end of this Ganesh Utsav period, what we going to do? Immerse the Murti. Break it apart. Right? But where does the Murti actually go? Does it go? It just changed form, not so? So we have these practices. We make and then we dissolve. We make, we keep for some time, then we dissolve. Whatever it is. That is why devotees, the sages, I don't know how to make a Ganesh Murti to understand this, you know. You could understand this by reflecting on the practice, what it means. But for the everyday man, make the Murti. See how the Murti break apart. Get attached to the Murti over a few days. And then come no matter what at the end, you have to dissolve the Murti. Not so? Murti had to go. So devotees, these practices, have deep, deep meaning. But it's not about who had the biggest Murti, who Murti looking nice or not, whether the Murti falling apart. Look at it and learn the lessons, devotees. Otherwise, you're wasting your life. Okay? So Ganesh represents this principle of Vivek, discrimination, real from unreal. And look at it, look around you. What is real? At Tiramona, what is real? Uncle Ken was here for a while, interact, then no more. Okay, Pandit Ji, everybody, and so too devotees, don't feel it happening to everybody else. You see, it hurts when it happens directly to us, somebody we know. But right now, people dying left, right, and center. Nobody care. Why you don't care? Because just you're not attached. You're not attached. You're just not aware. But when somebody you know you grow up, that attachment in the mind causes that pain. The break of that attachment causes that pain. So now, start with Ganesh Puja. Seeing things the right way. Start by seeing things the right way. This is why I'm always talking about the 5 givens of life. You say, Panatia, that's sounding good. But when it really hits you, then you really understand. I could say what I want, but you wouldn't realize. Only when it happens to you, devotees, the experience. Burn to learn. All of us, we here to burn to learn. So, to wrap up, Ganesh is what we're starting with. But to continue the others, after you have that discrimination, you can see the right thing, you know the truth from the not truth, the appearance from the reality, then you move on to Shiva, which is Vairagya, non-attachment. You don't stick on, you become uncolored to the world. Something happened to me, I am prepared to lose. Like the story I told you all with the sage, you have a glass, somebody gave this monk a nice little crystal cup. He said, oh, very nice. But in his mind, he said, this cup is already broken. He put it behind him there, had it for a long while. Someday, one of them little fellas come, they're sweeping around, they knock it down and fall along and break. He watched it and in his mind, you already broken. Sweep it up, carry on. Sweep it up, carry on. Now, this is not a cold, heartless way of being, We all feel it. If somebody die, I'm going to cry. But then, devotees, this higher knowledge, this higher level of seeing takes over. And you are able to come out of this because you realize at the end of the day, nothing ever has happened at all. What has happened? That indestructible self-existence is you, is me. We're always here. It is always here. Nothing touches it. And that is who you are. But if you identify strongly with this little person, this little frail little body, then you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it. So you have Ganesh, Vivek, Shiva, Vairagya. Then you have Devi, who represents Mumukshutva. You say, all right, I had enough of this world. I am now totally focused on finding myself. You want liberation, moksha, freedom from all of this. Not running away, no. Sitting right here, but like the lotus in mud, free from all of this. You're in the mud, but the mud don't bother you. And the last one is Swami Kartikeya, Shat Sampat, the 6 forms of wealth we keep talking about. Sham, Dam, Uparati, Tiksha, Samadhan, and Shraddha. This means control of mind, control of senses. Uparati and Titiksha, the ability to withdraw mentally and to endure, forbearance, to bear anything because you've seen things the right way. And then finally, Shraddha, faith, and Samadhan, that inner self-settledness that is always in there. So you can appear bothered on the outside, you can do this, you live your life, but inside devotees, you're always free. Always free. Because you know who you are. But when you don't know who you are, you identify with this body and this mind, you keep on suffering in life. Day after day after day. Understand? So this is the journey devotees, and this is what is represented by this katha. So let me put it simply to you. We're going to worship Gajanan Swami for this period of time. You have your murti, understand what it represents. Worship it fully every day, but when you're worshiping that murti, you're doing your puja, it helps you with bhut shuddhi every day to purify your senses. Your sense of sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. Okay, you feel better when you do the physical puja, but it doesn't end there. Now you contemplate upon who are you really, what is underlying this. What is the murti is made of what? Dirt, clay. In the same way, everything in this universe is made of an intangible substance, pure consciousness, awareness, bliss, self. That's supreme. Okay? And so put your concentration on that. So then when we come to Visarjan, and you put your murti into the water and dissolve it, you won't be crying, oh, look, I lose the murti. You say, this murti, this material has now changed form, dispersed, but it is still there. And it will always be here. As it is said in the Gita, neither a time when these kings, you know, I have not been. We're here now, and there will never be a time in the future when we will not be. We always are devotees, just not in the forms that you see around you. Okay? So, if you want consolation, you want solace, to me, devotees, you can't find it in anything else in this world, except for this truth, to know this truth. Because everything else that you could hold on to is impermanent, intangible. But if you know your true nature, who you are really deep inside, Turiya, you are the fourth, that consciousness that underlies everything, then whatever happens, let it happen. And you will be hit in the moment, but like the roly-poly, as I say, you're going to come back up. You're going to be sad, you're going to cry. It's a human condition, we're going to feel it, but we're always going to come back and keep moving on. And you know what people say, Aage chale, go forward. You think you have a choice? If you don't go forward, what's going to happen? You don't have a choice, you have to go forward. Or just remain there, but you're still going forward. Not so? Time just marches on, it just goes on, it goes on, and it goes on. Okay? So, the end lesson here is, I don't want you to be depressed with all of this and for it to bring you down. And I'm saying I don't want you to be depressed, right? But of course we're going to be depressed. We're going to feel different ways. But talk to yourself, devotees. Focus on your sadhana. And these principles I mentioned, build them inside of you. So somebody could come and hold me up. They could thief all my money. They could shoot me. But they cannot steal my gyan, this knowledge. Nobody could take that from me. If you want something that nobody could take from you, this is it. Everything else this world will take from you. Capish? Good. So I will bring it to an end here today, devotees. What I will do, we'll make preparations for final Hawan. While that is being done, let me do one bhajan that I really like. It's a philosophical bhajan. So I'll tell you the meaning, Kabir bhajan, and so you can get an idea. Again, talking about life, talking about impermanence, talking about what we have to do. Wonderful Kabir bhajan. माटी कहे कुम्हार से तू क्या रूंधे मोहे, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा मैं रूंधूंगी तो, मैं रूंधूंगी तो. There's a potter devotees and he's making a pot out of clay. This clay is saying to the potter, "Oh potter, listen to me. Why are you squeezing me and molding me and crushing me? Why? Ek din aisa aayega, the day is going to come. Main rundungi toi, main rundungi toi." That means I, as the earth, I'm going to crush you when you are dead and buried. So the potter is crushing the clay, the earth. The earth is saying, my turn will come, I will crush you. Look at how life is, devotees. One day here, one day not here. One day up, one day down. One day rich, one day poor. Is there anything really in this world that you could hold on to with certainty? We want certainty, but certainty is not for us. माटी कहे कुम्हार से, माटी कहे कुम्हार से तू क्या रूंधे मोहे, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा मैं रूंधूंगी तो, मैं रूंधूंगी तो. आए हैं सो जाएंगे राजा रंग फकीर, आए हैं सो जाएंगे राजा रंग फकीर. एक सिंहासन चढ़ी चले, एक बंधी जंजीर, एक बंधे जंजीर. दुर्बल को न सताइए, जाकी मोती है, बिना जीव की हाल से लोहा भस्म हो जाए, लोहा भस्म हो जाए. Kabir is saying, devotees, आए है सो जाएंगे. So as you've come, so you'll have to go. आए है सो जाएंगे. We appear in this world, and so one day to come, we'll have to go. Raja Ranka Fakir, whether you're the king, the president, the poorest man, whoever you may be, you have to go. Ek singhasan chadhi chale, ek bandhe zanjeer. Whoever it is, devotees, whatever level you are in society, whoever you are, death, devotees, is the great equalizer. So therefore, don't waste your time trying to harass people, dig people, try to squeeze people to get what you want. Instead, what can you do? Focus on spirituality, devotees. Who you are, your relationship with that divine. Focus on that and don't waste time with this world. Kabir is saying, चलती चक्की देख के दिया कबीरा रोए, दो पातन के बीच में सबूत बचाना को, सबूत बचाना को. दार जय झूला खड़ी, केश जय जू घास, सब जग जलता देख के भय कबीर उदास हो, भय कबीर उदास. Kabir is saying, devotees, this world, is like a grinding stone. You have two stones, when you grind rice, you have stones, and within those grinding stones, you put the grains. So all of us are like grains within those grinding stones, being ground up. Between what? Between sky and earth, between past and future, between all our relationships, between all the opposites of life, sadness and unhappiness. We're just being ground up and chewed up, Kabir is saying. And thinking about this, he has tears in his eyes. Tears. He's saying, at the end of life, when your body is there, just like dry grass, it's going to burn up. We burn bodies when we all die. Just like dry grass, you just light it up, whoosh, body gone. What sense does it make? What can you hold on to, Kabir is saying? It's a sad state of affairs, but it's the truth. So Kabir encourages devotees to move beyond this, to move beyond this kind of thinking. We are not mortal beings, devotees. We are immortal beings, an immortal being having a mortal experience. Kabir is saying, पत्ता टूटा डाल से ले गई पवन उड़ाए, अब के बिछड़े कबे मिलेंगे, अब के बिछड़े कब मिलेंगे, दूर पड़ेंगे जाए, दूर पड़ेंगे जाए. दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में करे न कोई. जो सुख में सुमिरन करे, तो दुख काहे को, तो दुख काहे को, तो दुख काहे हो. So patta tuta dala se, like leaf falling from the branch, being blown away by the wind. We will all be separated from each other at some point. So dukha me sumiran sab kare. In bad times, everybody remembers God. They want to pray. But in good times, sukha me kare na koi. During good times, nobody remember God. You want to party. You want to have chutney, you jump up and down. You do what you want, enjoy life, yes. But remember the Gita as we're reading, the man of wisdom. In happiness and in unhappiness, what does he have? Even mind. Not overtly happy, not overtly sad, because anything could change at any time. So Kabir is saying, Jo sukh mein sumiran kare to dukh kahe na koi. Whether in happiness or unhappiness, if you're focused inwardly on that divine, on spirituality, on your true nature, on finding who you are, not getting caught up in this world, devotees, then what bad time you could have. Easy to say, but very difficult to practice. But devotees, this is the goal. This is the aim. I wouldn't lie to you. Okay? So, take the message, devotees. We continue on our journey. The journey is very individual for each person. But remember, at the end of the day, this little Pandit saying to you, you are not who you think you are. We are all leaves from that one big tree. We are all waves from that one great sea. Bole Sri Gajanan Swami Ki Jai. We join with Pandit Atma for our final Havan.
Om Shri Man Mahaganadepati Namah Swaha. Om Shri Gauri Mata Swaha. Om Shri Prithvi Mata Swaha. Om Shri Pancharupal Devaya Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Janikaya Namah Swaha. Om Krim Kalyaya Namah Swaha. Om Shri Siddheshwari Mahalakshmi Mata Bhyo Namah Swaha. Om Shrim Hrim Saraswati Swaha. Om Shri Navdurga Mata Namo Namah Swaha. Om Shri Swaha Mata Bhyo Namah Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Narayana Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. Om Shri Sitaram Chandraya Namah Swaha. Om Shri Radha Krishnaya Namah Swaha. Om Shri Hanumantaya Namah Swaha. Om Shri Aditya Devaya Swaha. Om Shri Chandra Devaya Swaha. Om Shri Mangal Devaya Swaha. Om Shri Buddha Devaya Swaha. Om Shri Brihaspati Devaya Swaha. Om Shri Shukra Devaya Swaha. Om Shri Shani Devaya Swaha. Om Shri Rahuve Namah Swaha. Om Shri Ketave Namah Swaha. Om Shri Agendevaya Swaha. Om Shri Ishdevaya Swaha. Om Shri Kuldevaya Swaha. Om Shri Astan Devaya Swaha. Om Shri Vasudevaya Swaha. Om Shri Sarvadevata Sarvadevibhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Shri Anant Surupaya Brahmane Namah Swaha. Om Shri Guruve Bhyo Namah Swaha. Please all stand. Om Namah Shamavaya Cha Mayobhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraaya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha Shivtaraya Cha Om Namah Shivaya. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnadashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Sarvam Vaipurnagam Swaha. Bole Shri Gajanan Swami ki Jai.
We will join in Ganesh Arati, devotees. I'll ask Pandit Atma to give you a vibhuti this morning. You could just come up if you haven't received any chandan or vibhuti as yet. He'll give it to you and return to your place. We will join together in chanting Ganesh Arati.
Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva, Mata Jaki Parvati, Pita Mahadeva.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva, Mata Jaki Parvati, Pita Mahadeva.
Mata Jaki Parvati, Pita Mahadeva. लघुवन को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा.
माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा, लघुवन को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा.
एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी, माथे सिंदूर सोहे मुसकी सवारी.
एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी, माथे सिंदूर सोहे मुसकी सवारी. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा.
अंधन को आँख देता, कुरियन को काया, बाजन को पुत्र देता, निर्धन को माया।
अंधन को आँख देता, कोढ़ियन को काया, भाजन को पुत्र देता, निर्धन को माया। जय गणेश जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा। माता जाकी पार्वती, पिता महादेवा।
हार चढ़े, फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा, सूरदास शरण आयो, सुबह करो सेवा।
हार चढ़े, फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा, सूरदास शरण आयो।
जय गजानन